Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing a review of Doctor Who, Empress of the Wolf, or Empire even, of the Wolf. This front cover of the Doctor Who comic by Titan Comics, issue 1. You've got Matt Smith and Paul McGann's 8th Doctor and Matt Smith's 11th Doctor. You've got Rose Tyler, sort of kind of looking very sort of, what's her name? Not Loki, but Sylvie, I guess. Yeah, female Loki. And you've got their Sonics in her hand, Sonic screwdrivers, which I think is pretty cool, as well as this like throne and stuff. On the back, you've just got sort of quotes from different outlets saying how amazing the comic is. You've got a cover for the next issue, which is not out until January next year. Some pictures for some graphic novels and sort of stuff about their pricing in the States, as well as a bio on them. This really cool reader's guide, which I've probably said this a bajillion times, but would be really cool as like a Doctor Who poster or something, you know. Maybe with like Doctor Who magazine one day or something, if they did a special on like Doctor Who comics, or if and when, like, I don't know, like Titan Comics have had the license for, I don't know, 10, 20 years or something, maybe they could do a big bumper issue with this as a poster, because you've got sort of the reader's guide sort of thing of like, you know, if you want to get the 13th Doctor stuff, here's what you need to buy. If you want 12th, 11th or 10th Doctor stuff, here's what to buy. 9th Doctor as well, and then you've got some classic Who stuff as well, as then some, you know, just sort of spin-off-y event stuff like the Time Lord Victorious thing and the 50th anniversary Master thing, which I've reviewed both of those recently on the channel. Or they're the most recent sort of stuff for the Doctor Who range that I've reviewed on the channel. So if you haven't already checked those out, please feel free to do that. Some variant covers of this first one. I quite like this one with like Bad Wolf written all over the TARDIS and McGann there and that. This one's got way more of a H.C. Geiger, is it Geiger? Sort of, you know, original Alien sort of thing going on, which is kind of really cool, because then you've got a really small 8th Doctor and TARDIS sort of looking at this. What else have you got? You've got Titan Comics website, Twitter and Facebook to give them any constructive feedback on any stuff. You've got a bio on the 8th Doctor as well as the 11th Doctor, which I thought was very interesting. I guess the major thing that they speak of that sort of divides these two Doctors is the Time War. You've also got Rose as well as Empress Rose and the TARDIS. I read all except the TARDIS one, and I was a bit still kind of confused about Rose and Empress Rose, but yeah. You've got the writer, artist, colorist, letterist, and so on. Credits there. Yeah, you get this sort of pretty quick recap of, like, you know, what she's been up to so far, Rose, as a character. Sort of, I think, after the events of Stolen Earth Journey's End sort of thing, which is kind of cool. I like that. So yeah, it's kind of weird because it's like I literally just yesterday of this recording watched someone sort of do their own pitch for the 60th anniversary Doctor Who special, and some of this kind of popped up here, I guess. You've also got like a brief mention of her from like that weird Sea Devil sort of storyline where like she was kind of like a freedom fighter for Earth, which I was a little bit confused about because I think that was her in another dimension, and or like, you know, with John Smith, I thought, but maybe she's in our universe then. I can't remember. This bit was a little bit confusing. I have actually read the issue, maybe I need to reread it, I don't know. But she's on a cool Dalek like throne thing, or a throne that looks like it's got Dalek spheres on it. That's kind of cool. Again, she gives off really sort of Sylvie sort of vibes already. If I'm not mistaken, please do comment this in the comment section below. below. But if I'm not mistaken, the reason why this is like an Eighth Doctor story is because, maybe even a multi-Doctor story, is because it's been 25 years since the 1996 TV movie. And I guess it makes sense that in some fashion we would sort of do some sort of anniversary thing for it, because I guess with the 20th one they did a Blu-ray release of the TV movie, 1996 TV movie / pilot, back in the day, back 5 years ago, whereas now I guess they decided to do a comic, which is kind of cool, and a multi-Doctor story. And yeah, very, very strange sort of pairing, I guess, 11 or 8 and 11. And this is 8, I think, literally just after the TV movie, so, you know, because there is a bit where, spoiler alert, that Rose says, like, the war and that, and he's like, wait, what war? And also, you know, he's wearing his sort of, you know, TV movie get-up, I think, kind of, maybe. It kind of looks like Night of the Doctor, so actually it could be sort of towards the latter end of his tenure, but still before the Time War, maybe. I'm not sure, actually, although you've still got the TV movie like TARDIS. In my head canon, he would have a different sort of TARDIS interior, I guess. It would be like that, mixed with certain elements of the sort of grungy War Doctor TARDIS, I guess. Yeah, Rose is decently sort of drawn, I guess. It varies from bit to bit. I mean, there are some squiggles in like there where I thought McGann's Doctor was like bleeding or something, or there was like smudges on the page. Thought that was a bit weird. But where we meet the 11th Doctor, he's just at the end of Angels Take Manhattan, so he wants a holiday, and I quite like that because then you get this cool variant of him wearing a Hawaiian shirt, tweed jacket, bow tie, and a fez, which is just his Doctor through and through, I suppose. You also get this, and I like the fact that he starts talking to the TARDIS as well, which is really cool, because it kind of shows that I guess he's more sort of, for lack of a better term, a bit more damaged and a bit more sort of dour. Which is a bit ironic because he's a lot more sort of extrovert, whereas I'd say McGann is still quite bubbly and hopeful and swashbuckling and romantic, but he has more of a darker streak on the inside, whereas, as I say, I'd say the opposite of Smith's Doctor. I'd say Smith is more sort of happy-go-lucky on the outside, but, well, I don't know. In this in particular story so far from issue 1, I get the vibe that he's more the darker Doctor, or the more damaged, and that, even more damaged, and you know, because he has just lost some people, whereas I don't think McGann's Doctor has yet. I don't think. Yeah, this little dude kind of reminds me of like a Doctor Who comic book version of like a Pating or the Adipose or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I think it's okay for issue 1. It's yeah, it's okay. Hopefully it improves. Who knows where the next issue will go? Only time will tell, sort of thing. And yeah, it feels like quite a while since we've had a proper Doctor Who comic. Although I guess this isn't a proper one in the sense that it is a multi-Doctor story, and then you've got a different version of Rose as well. So yeah, I mean, before that I reviewed Missy, and then before that I think it was Time Lord Victorious, so it does definitely feel like it's been a while since we've had any proper just solo Doctor stuff. Yeah, I do genuinely feel like the 13th Doctor is just not, for lack of a better term, getting any real love in the comic range or in the expanded universe range, and even if she is, this is a major criticism across the board from Doctor Who fans who like you know, the expanded universe stuff, and alternative media other than just the TV show, or consume other bits of Doctor Who stuff other than the TV show. Big complaint or criticism even we've had is like, you know, they'll do 13th Doctor stuff, but then they'll pair her up with Tennant and or the 10th Doctor, you know, which then gives the impression that even if you don't regardless of whether or not you like her Doctor or not, it gives the impression that she cannot sell a BBC book, or in this case a Titan Comics comic book, without him being there, and it's a little bit tiresome and a little bit annoying. Like, I got the Multi-Doctor 10 and 13 Doctor sort of comic issue 1, but clearly the rest were so popular that I couldn't get the rest, so but yeah, it would be cool to get like a 13th Doctor graphic novel or something, read all that and review that on the channel one day. I know I've got a 12th Doctor one that I got quite a few years back from a friend, Michael. I got that from him once, way back when. And that. But yeah, and I mean, I know I got rid of some of my 10th Doctor / Weeping Angel World War One or World War Two sort of single issue comics, because then I was gonna at some point buy the graphic novel for that. I haven't of this recording, but yeah, if I did, I'd probably do a review of that as well on the channel, potentially. But yeah, that'll be it for me today. Thanks for watching. Please do comment, rate, and subscribe to the channel.